Every December, I pull out our big bin of Christmas books. And every year, my kids act like it's Christmas morning all over again. Today, I'm sharing our favorite December books, the ones we reach for every single year, plus some new ones that we enjoyed. If you love cozy winter reading, family traditions, or just need a few new ideas for your morning time basket, this is going to be such a fun video. Welcome back to the Mama Simply channel. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It means so much, and you'll see more of our large family content. We'll start with the books that never leave our December book stack. If you're building a morning basket for December or homeschool, the next books are absolute must-haves. So the Christmas tapestry is absolutely gorgeous. The pictures and the story is so memorable, very faith-based, and definitely at the top of our list. Each year, I pick out a read-aloud, and the last few years we have read A Christmas Carol, and this year I picked A Little Christmas Carol. The pictures in it are adorable, and it replaces the typical human characters with animals, but aside from that, it's very close to the original. Then December by Eve Bunting. This has just absolutely beautiful pictures in it, and it's a wonderful story to share with your children. Then Cranberry Christmas. This is one of my kids' absolute favorites. It is just a wonderful book, and there's also a movie too. I recommend you can watch the movie as well. The Bear's Christmas. This is such an adorable book that my preschoolers love reading, by the Bernstein family. Then Country Angel Christmas. This is just such a cute, adorable little book. Christmas in the Trenches. My teen is very into World War, and this was a book that I got for him one Christmas, and he really enjoys this. This has been one of the favorites, especially for the boys. And Amish Christmas. This is a wonderful book for talking about, there's a lot of Amish in our community, and talking about other faiths as well, and how they celebrate Christmas. The Night Before Christmas. This one is just pure fun, and the kids really enjoy reading this one with Dad. Next on our list, Stregonana's Gift. This is just such a wonderful book that talks about Christmas and also incorporates some Italian traditions as well. On Christmas Eve by Margaret Wise Brown. The pictures are adorable. Then Guess Who's Coming to Santa's Dinner. This is such a fun book to read to the littles. They really enjoy it and talk about our Christmas festivities. Rudolph. This is such a fun book. I think my kids received this as a Christmas present or a gift one year, and they really enjoy reading that every year. The Legend of the Christmas Rose. This one has a lot of words, so it would probably be for older children, not so much little children. Jotham's Journey. This is part of our Advent reading, and there's actually other stories by the same author intended for Advent. My older kids really enjoy this. A Little House Christmas. This is a collection of Christmas stories based on the Little House series, and my daughters especially really enjoy that and the pictures. This one is actually a library book that I got, and I don't know how it ended up in this stack. But Silent Night, this is a great story to read in preparation for Christmas Eve and singing Silent Night. The Mighty Santa Fe, my boys really enjoyed this, and this is another book that they read with Dad. This one is The Polar Express. I'll turn it to the side here. It's lost its jacket. But The Polar Express, this one's always fun, and we read this one on the day that we're going to read or watch the movie for The Polar Express. One on a Special Night. This is a fun one that the littles really, really love, and we talk about the animals. It's adorable. The Legend of the Candy Cane. This is just a wonderful book to read about the candy cane and also the meaning of Christmas. And Orange for Frankie. This is one that my kids absolutely adore. It's such a wonderful story of Frankie, and we looked up, unfortunately, Frankie died, and that was his last Christmas, so we looked up the history of Frankie. This one ended up backwards, but God's Christmas Gift. This is a new one that we got, and the little ones really enjoyed this one. Next up, we have Room for a Little One. And this is an adorable book talking about different animals and welcoming the Christ child. My littles really enjoyed this year. Next, we have Shooting Stars. And this is another take on the Christmas truce of 1914. My oldest really enjoys World War stories, so this was one true story that he really enjoyed when he was younger. Next in our book basket, The Very First Christmas, and this has beautiful illustrations and walks through the nativity story from a Christian perspective and scripture references. So the younger kids really enjoy that. This is one of my favorites. This is a longer read. One Wintry Night. It's a story that interweaves from the start of creation all the way through for the biblical story. So that's kind of for middle kids because it does take a while to read that one. Then The Legend of St. Nicholas. This I read to my kids on St. Nicholas Day and learning about St. Nicholas. And then Humphrey's First Christmas. We read this during the 12 days of Christmas in between. And this is a good one for talking about Epiphany and looking forward to the Christmas season. And these are some of the wonderful books that we found this year that I just wanted to share with you. Letters from Father Christmas. The kids absolutely adore this. I can't recommend it highly enough. A Continual Feast. This has a lot of recipes and suggestions on hosting during Advent as well as other events on the liturgical calendar. Around the Year with the Von Trapp family. I really enjoyed this book very much, and it has a lot of practical suggestions for celebrating Advent as well as other events in the liturgical year. My daughter is really into the American Girl dolls, and she loves Samantha. So reading Samantha's Surprise with her this year was a lot of fun. And for St. Lucy's Day, we read Kirsten's Surprise, and that was really enjoyable for us to read together as well. In celebrating the 12 days of Christmas, I picked this book up at the library, The Real 12 Days of Christmas, and so gives us an opportunity to talk about that. Lighthouse Christmas, this was one of my favorites that we read this year. I just adored the story behind this. The Legend of the Christmas Tree. This was also really enjoyable for the kids and really informative for them as well. So we read this after we got our Christmas tree. And then lastly, the 12 Days of Christmas. This is a historical perspective of the 12 Days of Christmas, and that went really well with talking about the 12 days up until Epiphany. And then how I store our books is I simply just stack them up on our little coffee table here right next to the couch. And then the kids can grab books that they want. And every day we read, they get to pick a book. And so we just read through it really slowly. And for our audiobooks this month, I picked All Creation Waits. The kids really enjoyed this. This talks about animals and waiting. Jotham's Journey. We had so many books to read. Having this on audio was really helpful for saving my voice. And for myself, I chose O Come, Emmanuel for my own Advent devotional. Thanks for joining us and spending part of your December with us. If you want more cozy read-alouds and large family living, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our family on YouTube. Until our next video.